Still loading here. Kevin will not be joining us for the remainder of our trip here. He was called off to do guardian work in another part of the world. But I figured I'm gonna finish up the main story with my main, so it goes by a little bit quicker, and I just get to show off my main a little bit. 4 days till Destiny 2 comes out, so definitely want to make sure these are done for you guys. So a lot of the in-between won't be recorded of going back to the tower to get another story mission. I'm mainly just gonna be doing the main story stuff. So, after the last episode, if you didn't watch that, go ahead and stop this, watch that video, and then come back to this one. But during the last one, we saw what happened on Phobos. After that, we went back to the tower. Cade says, hey, I have an idea, so now we're doing that mission. I'm pretty excited, honestly. Let's see if I can change the audio a little bit.
You better hope it's there. You won't survive the dreadnought without it.
4 days till Destiny 2 comes out. I'm really stoked, honestly. Probably gonna be playing a Hunter in that as well, although I'm definitely gonna be messing around the Warlock too, because that was really fun playing Dawnblade. Alright, let's see. Let's do this the easy way. Oh, makes my highlight level go down. Oh well, it's fine. It's not like I need highlight level for this mission, but... Alright.
Cade, we've got a real problem down here.
This is like the best part of Taken King expansion. It brought out swords. And I love swords. I'm excited that I can use my sword more often in Destiny 2, since it can be just like a kinetic weapon, which means primary fire. I'm disappointed I'm not gonna have like my legendary like auric weapons, but I did pre-order the game. Got the $100 edition one. So I'm supposed to get a sword with that, so I'm pretty excited. I don't have to wait very long. Guys fucking shoot me. Over here. I hope there's more stuff towards like sword builds. I really do. I want to be able to use the sword more often, but also be able to use it kind of more effectively, I guess, where it's not just you have ammo then you swing your sword around. It's like if you use a melee weapon, like you'll do more damage at this point or something like that, you know? Because I would love to have like more of a melee build, because I know this game is meant to be like a first-person shooter, but doing this is just so much more fun. It's more satisfying. Like, yeah, it's dangerous, but it's just more satisfying. You really feel like you're like just hacking through the forces, and like that's just a feeling you can't replace. I also hope there are more swords in the game. I think in this one there's like a total of 5 technically, because there was the 3 you get for doing the quest at the end of this expansion, and then there was 1 you could get for recruiting a friend, and you guys got a friendship sword basically. And then with the next expansion after this, the last expansion, there's also a sword you get for free. So there's like 5 swords. Technically more than that, because there's an element for each one. There's these 3, the lightning one, the fire one, the void one, and then also the friendship sword can also be lightning, fire, or void. But it's just a normal kinetic like weapon basically. It just has an element to it, but doesn't do anything special.
What are the chances the elevator still works?
Yeah, when swords became a thing, I just started doing this where I'd stock up on heavy ammo like a bunch
Kate, when's the last time you rode
because that's all I would use is heavy ammo.
Relax. Works fine.
And whenever I was like max on like money and it wouldn't let me get more glimmer, I would just buy shit ton of heavy ammo cents, and then Varix, I think is his name, and the Reef, I would trade him all my Aether Seeds for heavy ammo cents, so I got a large quantity after a while, and I always had sword ammo. It's kind of cheating, honestly. It makes a lot of missions super easy. I was playing this game with my friend when Taken King first came out, and after I got my swords,
a few months later, the Cosmodrome
there's just a dramatic like change. Like her and I would like be playing and like we'd just be swarmed, so I'm like, alright, hold on, I'm gonna duck behind this thing, and I pull out Boltcaster, the one I'm using right now, and just like kill the boss we were fighting, or like kill the huge swarms we were fighting. Like it's a game changer for sure.
Someone moved the bridge, destroyed the controls.
Oh wait, you're supposed to like climb up the tower.
Probably trying to get the Taken off their backs. See if you can reroute the power.
There's still an active feed moving through those pipes overhead. Guardian, if you find the source, I can patch the circuit.
I think I don't know if I have a favorite sword per se, honestly, because like they're all pretty good. I definitely have a most neglected one. I do not use Dark Drinker that much, and apparently that's the best one. Everyone says like that's the one you want to use all the time, no matter what, and I guess, but it only seems like that's the case if you're swarmed a bunch. And I always try and like end the fight before I'm swarmed, basically. You know, I like doing the range thing, so like if I'm swarmed, then I've failed, basically. Alright, you can go up here. Is it this thing? Yes. Plus, I really like this angle for weapons. Like, first person's fine and all. Like, it's okay. But this angle is just really nice, especially when you're jumping. So many more jump puzzles were, like, easier just because I knew, like, alright, well, I'm gonna land over here, gotcha, so I don't need a double jump. Or like, oh, I'm not gonna make it, I need a double jump. Like from that first person view, like it's really hard to tell like if that's the case. Can I go there? Oh, am I gonna die? Okay, I got on top of it.
Any advice on which way
I just thought it'd be cool if like the last second that also fell off. Oh, I thought it did for a second there. I was like, I don't remember that. No! No sword ammo. I have not played this game in a while, so I'm sorry if like my aim is like shitty. Oh, never mind, doesn't matter. I feel like this weapon, well, all the swords really, like the special swords at least, they were a really good call because, like I was saying in one of my other videos about this game, when it's an FPS game, like, there's not much you can do to it, really, to turn it into a... Ooh, that was close. There's not much you can do to it to make it a more like RPG-esque game, you know. This was a really good attempt, and I think it succeeded. Don't get me wrong, I think it succeeded just fine. But this is one of those things where it's like it's still an FPS even if it has RPG elements, and there's not much you can do to a game like this except for, you know, to make it harder, add more enemies. Wow. Oh, they're just keeping hitting me out left and right. An example of something that would like be cool, by the way, with like a heavy ammo build, what I was talking about, is if there was like armor, for example, that would like...
Don't look
make it to where like, oh, well, you always start off with like so and so amount of like, oh, sword ammo. I wonder if there's something up there. If Kevin were here, he would know. And then it's like when you get a kill with it or something like that, it'll restore it, and then, you know, so it's like you get a bonus basically for using that weapon. Or like if you got a buff where it's like, hey, sword skills, sword kills, make it to where it's like, uh-oh, that was awkward. No. I'll shoot him in the leg. Sword kills give you a buff, kind of like what I'm doing right now. If you'll notice, when I get a precision kill, I get a stack of something called Gunslinger, which just makes it easier to get precision kills, basically. See, Gunslinger strands, and I get another one, stacked again, another one. Oh, that one wasn't a precision kill. That one was. And so, like, the more I have of that on, the more, the easier it is for me to continue getting headshots, because it increases my headshot radius, as well as, like, it's kind of like a weapon called Last Word, where, oh, there he is. It's like, where the fuck did he go? It basically just auto, like, sinks on the head, and, like, the more guns I have stats like that, are cool. But, so with this one, like, I get headshots, and I start off, like, doing it on my own merit, and by the end of it, it's like, my gun kind of naturally gravitates towards the head. So, something like that would be cool. Swords, if, like, for example, like, when you get a sword kill, it's like, okay, well, your shield replenishes, or, you get increased defense for a little bit, or something like that, you know? Because, like, it is definitely incredibly dangerous using swords, like, in front of people. Ooh. Arcade 6. Ah! Boom! One shot the fucking boss.
That thing seemed pretty mad. Oryx must still be holding a grudge for us. You know, killing Crota.
Things won't get any easier on the Dreadnought. You find my
So, this exotic right here makes it to where my golden gun attack, I don't get multiple shots anymore. I only get the one, but it does 6 times damage. And, gives you over penetration, stuff like that. So... Oh, I think I just wasted my heavy ammo synth. I was remembering that fight what it used to be, honestly. Like, it used to be much harder. Like, it really was. Because you didn't have stuff like that at the moment. So it was like, basically you do damage to Oryx, the Shade of Oryx, rather. And then a bunch of enemies spawns. You gotta kill the enemies because it's a swarm game. So, you know. Just, it's hard by yourself, and I did most of the game by myself. Like, I don't think I did it with anyone for a long time, because I was playing it non-stop, just all the time. I was like, God, I just really want to play Destiny. Like, before work, that's what I do. After work, it's what I do. I used to have 2 jobs, so, well, I had 3 at the time, but 2 jobs overlapped, so I'd get up at, like, 7 a.m. for my first job, and then around like 4 o'clock I'd go to my other job. And so that gave me like this sleep schedule basically where I'd come home at like 10 o'clock and play Destiny for like 2 hours and then pass out. And then like for whatever reason I always woke up at 5 a.m. I don't know why, I would always wake up at 5 a.m. So from 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. I would just play Destiny as well. So
yep, that's the last one. Port side.
confirmed.
Interesting tech.
and then like on my days off, like I was luckily in where they coincide as well. So like if I had a day off for one job, I had it for everything else too. So that was really nice.
Artist. Can't even see the join.
Cute.
So I'd end up
Almost
like
got sign off on all launches.
just playing all day basically. I remember New Year's Eve I was like hungover the next day and like all I did was play Destiny.
Okay. How about an unsanctioned op using modified stealth tech to infiltrate a dreadnought above Saturn's rings so we can knock out its weapons, create a transmat zone, and send in the cavalry?
That's me, I'm the cavalry.
How about test flight? It'll be waiting for you when you're ready.
Me? Oh, I'm not flying that thing.
I enjoyed the neutrality of Cade 6. So after that, we'd return to the tower, and Zavala would be all like, "Hey, don't do that. That's a bad thing. You know, like just sit tight. We'll figure out what to do." And you already have your orders from Cade to attack the dreadnought. So this is how that starts off. Is we start this mission, and then basically we're assaulting the dreadnought against the tower's orders.
Arcs could be anywhere on the dreadnought. With time, we could find it, but we don't have time. The Cabal have been there long enough to have real field intelligence.
And this is the Volatonia, what he already told you in tower. There's like, you know, if only we could get on the ship somehow. I just wish there's a way to get on the ship. And you're just like, okay.
Cabal are still holding out. Multiple survivors.
Survival is a temporary condition. Cut through them and get inside their ship.
I feel like this is maybe not the right mission. Let's make sure. Enemy of my enemy, summoner circle. This is the one we want. Okay, so this is the one where we crash the ship into the dreadnought basically to get aboard. And again, the only thing I'm not recording is the back and forth. The missions where it's literally just me flying back to the tower, doing the loading screen for that, clicking on the mission and being like, hey, I want to do this, and, you know, these are all the main story points. But hey, I encourage you to play the game, honestly, if you haven't. If this is all new to you and, like, you're not, you know, do it, man. It's really good. I enjoy these cutscenes especially because I get to see like my character like looking really cool and like decked out in like the armor he usually wears.
Activating stealth drive.
Although what's upsetting is that so in Taken King like there wasn't really a lot of talking from your character. I don't know if they didn't have the budget to pay voice actors, but like your character didn't get any talking basically, and that was a drag for me because I loved having them have responses, you know. That's something I hope really changes in Destiny 2 as well, that they have more voice lines. Maybe in the moral choice system, like not moral choice per se, but like just like an option to be like, what's the word I'm thinking of? I'll be complicit, or you'll be like, no, I'm going to be rebellious, you know, something like that. And have it have no real effect would be fine even. Oh, and we died. Just kidding.
Why wouldn't we be all right? We're just stuck here with no ship
stealth drive would work.
So we got really close to the ship with an invisible thing on. If you weren't sure what was happening, ship found us, blew us up, but luckily my ghost is smart, and at the last minute was able to get me onto the ship.
Alright. I'd like to tell you the strength of the city is behind.
So now I'm basically just infiltrating the ship secretly.
We can't risk reinforcements. Head inside, see if you can find whatever's powering that weapon.
Alright, so which way do I want to go? Hello, Wispy.
Same thing we saw right before Phobos fell apart. Might be some kind of probe. Expect trouble. The bridge across just vanished.
Give me a second. I'll check with Eris. Yeah, she says it's probably just a resonance spell, whatever that is. So just don't trust.
Basically, you get close to it, it'll appear. You can also like see where it is with your ghost. Like, oh, you see the path branches this way. Shit still gives me the creeps though. I hate platforming and like I hate heights. So like when I look down, I'm just like, no, not a fan. Whew. All right. I believe that was the way. Oh, I think it's this way. There should be a little cubby here. Yeah, alright. Scan this if I want.
According to the world's
Well, there's like a way through here. Pretty sure. Oh, there it is, yeah.
Spores, moths, worms, all things Earth's ancestors believed grew from the dead. Just a thought.
Gonna execution style this fucking thrall right in the butt. Now that missed. Oh, it over pierced though. That was good. Kill. Alright, let's see. I guess this one just over pierces. I had no idea. Over penetrates. This mission was so much fun because I love the idea of sneaking onto this all-powerful thing ship, and you're just like basically running around in the tunnels. Like that's cool to me.
Hive keep vital operations deep in the core
Oh,
of their
oh,
architecture.
oh. See, you never would have known you had to jump, but then you jump. See, this is why this is good though, because it's like, bam. I know exactly where I'm gonna land at this point. Oh, I know I'm gonna hit there. Like, you just get so much more control of your jump, and it's nice. Oh yeah. Oh, okay, that was embarrassing. Not only that, like,
That energy powers
you saw the super weapon at the beginning of the expansion, and you're just like,
Okay,
wow, what does that do?
Eris is going on about breaking
We're disabling that super weapon right now. The thing that blew up, like, countless ships.
there's a shield up. Get the thing down.
We're disabling that weapon now. So it can't fire a huge blast like that again.
Okay, it's down. I'm picking up other channels to the weapon.
Find them. It won't stop firing until you shut them all down.
I hope grenades get better. Like, they're good in this game already, but there's just not a lot of options. They're either sticky, they either bounce, they spread apart, they create a stream of something. I think this is the way I want to go. This whole place opens up after a while. It becomes basically your new area where you do all your stuff for like patrols, It's where you do everything for like missions. Like you spend a large amount of time on the ship. Boom. No. Stop that. Scan it, Ghost. While you scan it, I'll fight the things over here. Okay, scan it. Thank you, please. There we go.
The weapon's cycling down. Let's find another channel.
Where to next? Secondary fire for these weapons was also like really neat. That's what makes them like amazing. Like just the primary fire alone was honestly really cool to me. I thought it was amazing. But the secondary fire being it like this one shoots out lightning. I'll use the other swords in my other video, like after this, just to kind of show like what the other ones do. I'm using this one because it's good for crowd control, and like crowd control is the name of the game in Taken King basically, because like I said, there's so many people. They're trying to stop me from getting that one, but I wasn't gonna let it happen. I don't know why it's not scanning. Apparently if I like get hit by something it stops. Like, I don't know. There you go. Wonderful.
The weapon's down. Kate, what's our next move?
We need that transmat
Pretty sure
zone
it's
up
go
and
this
running.
way,
There's a
because
massive
this will lead us to the
operating
beachhead.
position. That'll be your best bet.
Yep. What was weird to me about a lot of enemies in this place is like there's still hive here when like, not that there's hive here rather, but it's just that like there's taken hive, so it's like were they just not obeying Oryx, or like what was it, you know? Because it's like having taken of everything else here makes sense. Let's see if I can get a big kill. Yeah. That makes sense, you know, but like they're a hive here, which is like it's a hive ship, so of course they're here. I missed. Oh shit. Misadventure. So I got killed by the game, basically. I got pinched by something that shot me into a wall and that fucking killed me. That's what that means. Well, yeah. like it bounced, and then it like bounced so far away that by the time it's supposed to do something, it became like something else. So I don't know. That's just silly to me. I'm not even doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So I'm supposed to establish a beachhead, I think. Bam. Patrol beacon. Now there's a signal here.
Our ship is inbound.
So now we can be teleported here and teleported back. Hey, it's my ship.
You landed a Guardian on the Dreadnought without authorization?
Oh, right. Can I have authorization?
Cade.
Discuss it later. Guardian, take care of that tank, or the transmat zone won't matter.
So here comes the fun. I remember this being a pain in the dick. Might still be pain in the dick just because, it's a tank. No, that's not what I want. I want heavy ammo.
I'll bring down some ammo crates from the ship. You're going to need them.
It's just the swarm aspect. There's a shit ton of Cabal everywhere. And then that thing shoots fucking rockets at you, so like... Oh boy. It's like you can take cover, but you have to like take cover the right way. Otherwise, like you'll still get hit with like a shock blast, and then like that's just dumb. Let's see if I can finish it off. No, it's still alive. It survived it. It survived everything. Just gotta get like to its back wheel. Oh, there it is. There we go. Alright. So much easier than I remember it. And then again, the first time I did this, I didn't have the sword, so...
Cade just briefed us on your unorthodox mission. Your victory, no matter the method, is a Vanguard victory. You have our thanks.
Oh, look, an ogre.
Everyone loves a bad idea when it works. Now, excuse me, Guardian, I have to go have an uncomfortable conversation with Eris
Oh,
about
nine.
her ship. Get home safe.
Husk of the Pit. I don't think I ever got that. That's actually new to me. Oh. I think I only got killed the one time. Yeah. Yeah, it's just all kinds of missions like that, just like going into the Dreadnought just to, you know, infiltrate basically. You're killing it from the inside, and that's really cool to me. But more on that later. We'll catch you guys next time. And yeah, we're looking for this expansion. It's my favorite. But thanks for watching, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.